What's up, family? Man, sit back, buckle up your seatbelts, because this one's going to be a doozy. You know what I mean? This is going to be rough for you. You know what I mean? And again, this is a grown folk channel. We have heart-to-heart grown folk conversations here. We don't talk about people. We don't get caught up in gossip and all that other stupid, superficial bullshit. You know what I mean? That's not what we do over here. So if you're new to the channel, man, welcome to the tribe. Man, I hope you're ready. You know what I mean? I hope you got your boots laced up, because this is a grown folk channel. And I'm that drill instructor. What I mean by that, I'm that spiritual drill instructor. We have real spiritual conversations here. We talk about real growth and development. Not about how you could get some fucking money and all this other stupid shit. We're gonna dive deep into the fucking root causes of why we're fucked up emotionally. Why we're fucked up and so weak spiritually. We're going there. Everything ain't the way it's seen. Everything is not the way it's seen. You know what I mean? Man. God help us. So often we get so caught up on, man, all the stuff we gone through and how life ain't fair. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. You know what I mean? And it's a trick, because my life started out with my father not accepting me as a little baby. Stay with me. I promise you I'm going somewhere. My father didn't like me, didn't accept me. Okay? My father was very abusive, very violent. He murdered my mom right in front of me when I was 2 years old. I was sexually molested by quote-unquote Christians, 2 of them at the age of 6, 2 different occasions at the age of 6. Life was rough. The household I grew up in, my family, the people that's supposed to show you love, the people that's supposed to nurture you, the people that's supposed to build you up and all this other stuff, all they did was tear my ass down. Physically and emotionally, you know what I mean? All they told me was I was stupid, I was dumb, I was going straight to hell, and man, they couldn't wait for me to leave, and they never had anything positive to say. This was my blood family. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so one day I'm in the mountains and I'm driving my truck and I'm like mad and just having a conversation with God, and I could hear God ask me, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? And if you know me, man, you know that set me off. You know what I mean? That put me on. That put me on one, and I'm cussing God out. What the fuck you talking about? Why am I so fucking mad? You act like you must not seen my fucking family. You must act like you didn't see what transpired way back when. You act like you didn't know my daddy was You act like you didn't see them motherfuckers molest me. You act like you didn't see my uncle beat the shit out of me. You act like you didn't see And so I'm going back down memory lane, telling God about himself. Because if God was so loving, if God was so protecting, if God was so nurturing, where the fuck was he at during my life? I'm going there today. I'm going there. And I know you superficial, sorry ass Christians gonna get offended because of the way I talk about me and my relationship with God. Again, I don't give a fuck. This is a grown folk channel. I don't tell you how to have a relationship with your man, how to have a relationship with your woman, how to have a relationship with your kid's wife, because that's private, that's intimate. That's personal. Just like your quote-unquote relationship with God is supposed to be personal. Ain't nobody supposed to tell you how to have a fucking relationship with God. We gotta grow the fuck up. We gotta stop being fucking copycats. I didn't come here to be like your sorry ass. I don't want to be like you. And so I'm having a conversation with God. And I'm telling God about himself, because hold up, everything I heard about you was you're supposed to be loving. Everything I heard about you was you're supposed to give so much for us, and you cared so much for us, and and God, you gave your only son, according to your Bible, you gave your only son for us, and okay, fuck that bullshit. How come you didn't come stop these motherfuckers from doing this bullshit to me? I don't give 2 fucks about you, quote unquote, sending your son down here to die for my fucking sins. Fuck the shit. You know what I mean? I'm having a real heart-to-heart conversation with God. If you love me so much, why didn't you stop these motherfuckers from doing this shit to me? Fuck what you did 2,000 fucking years ago, or what you supposed to have done 2,000 fucking years ago. That ain't got shit to do with me right here, right now. I'm going through motherfucking hell on this fucking planet right here, right now, at the hands of your fucking Christians, and you ain't did a damn thing to stop these raggedy ass motherfuckers from abusing me physically, emotionally, and sexually. And I'm supposed to be loving and compassionate, and I'm supposed to want to be a fucking Christian? I'm supposed to want to be a man of fucking God? This conversation I'm having with God. And if I know God, I know he's sitting there laughing. Like this motherfucker right here. This motherfucker right here got me fucked up. But I'm going in on God because I'm pissed. He done just triggered the fuck out of me. He done made me walk back down memory lane of all the shit I went through and why I was so fucking pissed. Why I had a fucking victim mentality. Why I was so fucking angry. Why I hated fucking Christians. And I can hear God say, everything ain't the way it seems. Elijah, I know you pissed. Elijah, I know you're angry as fuck right now. Let's have a heart to heart. Elijah, I know you don't understand what the fuck happened. Let's have a heart to heart. Elijah, I know you don't want to have this conversation with me. Elijah, I know you don't believe shit these fucking raggedy ass, sorry ass Christians say to you. Elijah, I know it's hard for you to accept and embrace women and love women the way that you should. Elijah, I know it's hard for you to value yourself and love yourself like you need to because of the shit you've gone through. Elijah, I know you hate family and you hate the word family because of all the hell you've gone through at the hands of your raggedy ass, sorry ass family. I know this, Elijah. Let's have a talk. Let's chop this up. Elijah, everything ain't the way it seems. And I'm like, that just pisses me off even more. Because now you playing me for fucking stupid. Now you're playing me for boo-boo the fucking fool. The fuck you talking about? Everything ain't the way it seems. These motherfuckers didn't molest me. My fucking daddy didn't kill my mama when I was 2, right in front of me. It didn't happen. Did it? So I'm talking to God and I'm pissed even more now. And I can hear God say, yes, Elijah. Yes. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that happened. Yes, that happened too. Elijah, there's a lot that happened, and I agree with you. All the stuff that you mentioned happened. There's a lot of stuff that happened that you don't even remember. But it happened. It happened. Now, Elijah, can I tell you something? And now I'm like, oh my fucking, I'm exhausted. What, God? What the fuck you got to say? You know what I mean? How the fuck you gonna fix this shit? How the fuck you gonna justify this? How are you gonna fucking rationalize this shit now? And I heard God say, Elijah, you went through all that you went through because it gave you some stuff. Stay with me. You went through all the stuff that you went through because that was your boot camp. That was your training ground. That was necessary. You had to experience what you experienced. Elijah, look at all the kids you're able to help now. Elijah, look at all the kids you're able to inspire and encourage. Because you know their brokenness. You can relate to their suffering, to their loneliness. You can relate to their low self-esteem. You can relate to these kids that grew up without their father figure in their life. You can relate to these kids that ain't got no mama. You can relate to these kids that feel invisible, like nobody gives a fuck about them. You can relate to these people that no matter what they do, it's not good enough. Look at all these kids you're helping. Look at all these kids you're mentoring. Look at all these kids that love you, Elijah, because of what you've done for them, how you've helped them. For the first time in their life, they feel like, man, somebody sees me. For the first time in their life, they look at you and somebody gets me. Somebody understands me. I'm not alone. Elijah, look at all these grown-ass men you're able to talk to. Look at all these grown-ass women you're able to have a real heart-to-heart conversation with about life, about trauma, about pain, about rejection, about abandonment, about loneliness, about self-esteem issues, about self-hatred. Because you've been there. I know you didn't like the path that I chose for you or that you chose for yourself. I know it wasn't comfortable, but you needed it. Elijah, you couldn't reach all the people you reached had you not gone through what you've gone through. So why the fuck are you so mad? So as he's talking to me, I'm reflecting on all the kids that I'm helping through my nonprofit organization. As he's talking to me, the tears are running down because I'm thinking about all the people that wanted to commit suicide, and I've talked to them and I've encouraged them, and man, they've gone on to college and they're doing great things with their life now. When in the past, they were hopeless and they'd given up. And so God's bringing all this back to my remembrance. And so I'm sitting there and the tears are running down as I'm trying to, as he's bringing back Elijah, because of da-da-da-da, you've been able to do da-da-da-da. Because you've gone through what to do, you've been able to encourage and inspire and uplift and challenge and correct. Da-da-da-da. Elijah, you wouldn't have the knowledge and the wisdom and the insight that you have had you not gone through what you did. Elijah, you wouldn't be the strong, courageous person that you are now had you not gone through all of the hell you did. Elijah, you're strong, you're brave today because of the military boot camp you went through back then. And I'm not talking about being in the Air Force. I'm talking about being on the fucking streets. I'm talking about being in the fucking raggedy ass Christian household that I was. I'm talking about being in the fucked up church I was in. You know what I mean? That was my military boot camp. That prepared me for life. That prepared me for the calling I have. That prepared me for the anointing I have. That prepared me for the power and the authority that I have. I'm going there. I'm just laying the foundation. See, so many of us, we miss it. We sit back and we focus on all the hell we've gone through, all the people that have beat us down, all the people that have mistreated us, all the people that have rejected us, all the people that have walked away from us. And God is saying today, I spared you. I allowed you to go through that stupid ass shit. I know it broke your heart over and over and over again. I know it fucked you up emotionally. I know it was making you go fucking crazy. I know the pain and the suffering you was carrying, but I needed you to experience that. Why? Because where I'm taking you, you're going to have that experience. Where I'm taking you, you're going to have that knowledge and that understanding. Where I'm taking you, everybody can't go. Where I'm taking you, everybody ain't got that wisdom. Where I'm taking you, everybody ain't got that fucking understanding. And God had to show me. Elijah, look at all these people with master's degree in psychology. Look at all these psychologists, Elijah, that are reaching out to you for coaching sessions. Look at all these people that are working on their doctorate degree in psychology, Elijah, all over the United States. That's trying to figure out, how the fuck do you know what you know? You spent 1 year in school for psychology. How the fuck do you know all the shit you know about the brain, about the mind? They got way more training than you. How the fuck do you know the shit that you know? How do you have the answers that you have? How do you have the insight and the wisdom that you have when you didn't train like they trained? And you seem to know so much more than they do. And they're coming to you for understanding. They're coming to you for clarification. They're coming to you to help them deal with their bullshit. You couldn't be where you are if you hadn't went through what you went through. I don't know who needs to hear that today. I don't know what you've gone through, and it don't matter what you've gone through. That's irrelevant. The fact is, you went through what you went through because there's somebody else going through what you've gone through. There's somebody else that's gonna go through what you went through. You had to go through that. Stop thinking you're cursed, Elijah. I've called you. I've chosen you. You're blessed. See, everybody didn't survive the hill you survived. And I'm saying this to you as the public. Everybody didn't survive the hill you survived. Everybody didn't make it this age or make it this far in life. Everybody ain't got their right state of mind. Look at the hill you've gone through. And Elijah, I hear this all the time. All the fucking time. Man, you don't look like you're 54. What the fuck is 54 supposed to look like? Elijah, you don't look like you've gone through all of that fucking hell. You don't look like you grew up in that environment where you were molested and physically beat down, and your father was abusive, and your father murdered your mama, and you were told by your family, How the fuck does that look like? What the fuck is that supposed to look like? What the fuck is having a broken heart supposed to look like? What the hell's been abandoned and rejected by the women you love? What the fuck is that supposed to look like? I get it. There's a lot of people that I meet that are younger than I am, or that are my age, my age group. And they look a whole lot older than I do. They look a whole lot older than what they are. There's people in their 30s and late 20s that look like they're in their fucking 50s. Real shit. There's people in their 50s look like they're in their fucking 70s. Real shit. And we all know people that look like that. God had to show me. Elijah, you got to grow the fuck up. Elijah, your perspective of life is fucked up. Your perspective of your life is fucked up. See, you're looking at yourself as a fucking victim. You're looking at your life as, man, woe is me, and you want to have a fucking pity party. Because you didn't have anybody in your corner. You didn't have anybody in your fucking family that believed in you, that supported you, that encouraged you. Except for maybe your grandmother. That was it. Nobody else believed in me. Everybody else thought I was going to be like my daddy. Everybody else thought that I was going to be some fucking mass murderer. Everybody else thought that I was going to spend the rest of my life in fucking penitentiary like my daddy. Nobody believed that I lived to the age that I did. Real shit. My siblings that I grew up with all look old. Old compared to how I look. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. It's not about pointing the finger at them or puffing myself and none of this stupid shit. And they didn't go through all the stuff that I went through as a kid. And what God was showing me was Elijah. Do you remember the 3 Hebrew boys? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The 3 boys that I put in the fucking fire. That Nebuchadnezzar put in the fire. Do you remember when they came out the fire, they didn't smell like fire? Nothing happened to them. Their clothes wasn't burned. They didn't get burned being in the fire. And they came out and, man, they were okay. They don't look like they've been through anything. They didn't smell like they've been through anything. Elijah, this is God talking. Man, I have the ability to take you through the deepest pits of hell, the darkest places in hell, and bring you out unscathed. I have the ability to take you to the depths of wretchedness and to bring you out looking like you ain't been through shit. I, oh my God, have the ability to take you through all the brokenness and the rejection and the abandonment and the drugs and the alcohol and the women and all the shit you've done and bring you out with profound knowledge and wisdom and understanding. To bring you out looking like you age going backwards. That's me preserving you. That's me keeping my hand upon your life. See, when other people have gone through less things than you and life has beat the dog shit out of them and they look like they've gone through it. They look like they've had a hard fucking life. They look like life has just dragged them through the middle of the fucking street by their motherfucking feet. With their face hitting the fucking pavement. They look like they've been through some shit. And they act like they've been through some shit. They ain't got no fucking knowledge. They ain't got no fucking wisdom. They ain't got no fucking insight. They ain't got the ability to help nobody. They ain't got the ability to encourage or inspire anybody. Elijah, when God preserves you, I preserve you. And I preserved you for the calling you have. I preserved you for the journey you have. That's why you went through all the hell that you went through. That's why you didn't just survive it. You grew through it. You learned and understood it. You had to learn about yourself. You had to learn how to forgive those people and how to forgive yourself. You had to learn how to pat your own self on the fucking back and say, good job. You had to tell yourself, man, I'm proud of you, when nobody else would say it. You had to learn how to give yourself a motherfucking hug and pick yourself up and encourage yourself. When everybody was waiting for you to fall face first. When everybody was betting on you to crash and burn. When everybody was waiting for you to fuck it up and fuck up life. You had to check yourself. You're blessed and you're highly favored. You're blessed. And I'm saying this to you. You're blessed. Because everybody didn't make it this far in life. Everybody didn't see your age. Everybody ain't growed up as much as you growed up. Everybody hasn't matured like you have. Everybody don't really want to have the heart-to-heart conversations about their own bullshit like you do. You're blessed. Everybody didn't see today. Everybody's not waking up today. And everybody that wake up today can't get up and do what they want to do today. Everybody waking up today ain't free. Everybody waking up today ain't clean emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And what I mean by that, there's a lot of people waking up today that's strung out on dope. There's a lot of people waking up today that's addicted to alcohol. And they can't wait to put that poison in their body. There's a lot of people waking up today that's institutionalized in a mental ward somewhere. There's a lot of people waking up today in a jail cell. There's a lot of people waking up today paralyzed and stuck in their bed. There's a lot of people waking up today that have lost their minds. You're blessed. You're blessed. I don't give a damn what it look like. You're blessed. You've been protected. You've been preserved. The question is, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Are you going to continue to be a victim? Or are you going to learn some fucking gratitude and understand, damn, I've had it rough, but there's people that's had it a whole lot more rough. I've had a difficult life. I've had a challenging life. Things didn't go the way I expected. Things didn't go the way I hoped. That's okay. I'm blessed. Because I'm not strung out on the street somewhere. I'm blessed. Because I'm not locked up somewhere. I'm blessed. Because I'm not assigned to some mental ward. I'm blessed. I might be lonely. But even in that loneliness, I'm blessed. Because you're not in a relationship where somebody's beating your fucking ass. See, sometimes we look at our life and our circumstances and we think, man, this is not fucking fair. And how come I can't get a man? And there's a whole lot of people that got quote unquote men and their men is beating the shit out of them. You're lucky. You're blessed. You're blessed. There's women that got men, not men, but got dudes. There's women that got women. that are pimping them the fuck out. That's making them use their body to make some fucking money, turn some fucking tricks. You're blessed. As long as you keep looking at the negative shit, you'll never realize how blessed you are. As long as you keep that mentality that you're a victim and that life has been unfair for you, you'll never realize how blessed you are. As long as you keep having that woe is me and life's not fair mentality, you never realize how blessed you are. And until you come to the realization that you're blessed, and until you come to the realization that, man, shit could have been a whole lot worse. There's people that went through less than I went through and they didn't survive it. Until you come to that place of mind, you'll never have the power that you came here to have. You'll never have the joy, the peace, the happiness that you came here to have. You'll never experience the love that you came here to have. We have to grow up. We have to change our perspective. And that's challenging. Because it goes against everything we know. But you have to grow up. You have to grow up emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. You have to grow up. Man, hope and pray that I said something to encourage you, to challenge your way of thinking, to even inspire you. I love you guys. I thank you for rocking out with me. Namaste. Happy healing. Peace.